Hello everyone and welcome to another Google Analytics tutorial. Today we are going to learn what is unassigned traffic in Google Analytics. What is this channel that is called unassigned here? We're going to go straight to the point. Before we do that, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel. It helps tremendously to create new content, and let's get started. First of all, we need to understand what happens when traffic lands on our website. When traffic lands on our website, Google Analytics will record the source and the medium. So if you change the dimension here to session source / medium, you are going to see exactly that. So Google Analytics will say, okay, the traffic came from the source that is called Google, and the type of the traffic, the medium, is organic. The traffic came from Bing, and let's say the type of the traffic is organic. Traffic came from ChatGPT, and it's referral traffic. So that's the first report that is getting recorded in Google Analytics. Based on the source and the medium, then Google Analytics is going to group the traffic under the dimension that you see when you visit your traffic acquisition report, the session default channel group. And it's called session default channel group because it is the default way that Google Analytics groups the traffic. And Google Analytics is not going to do this randomly. It's going to follow a set of rules. So if you go to this link, which I have in the video description below, and you scroll all the way down for channels for manual traffic, you can see this set of rules. For example, if someone is to be grouped under paid social, the source should match a social media website. For example, the source should be Facebook. And at the same time, the medium should be one of these words: CPC, CPL, PPC, retargeting, paid. For something to be grouped under email, for example, either the source or the medium should be email. What does this mean? This means that when we are running campaigns, for example, we are running meta ads campaigns, we are sending emails, we are maybe running display banners, we need to correctly apply what we call UTM tags, meaning that we need to come here to campaign URL builder. Again, I have the link in the video description. And we need to advise the rules of how Google Analytics expects the traffic to be recorded in order to be grouped correctly. And we need to follow these rules. For example, if we want to run Facebook ads and we want this traffic to be grouped under paid social, then we're going to come here and we're going to say that the source, for example, equals Facebook, and the medium equals paid. And then we're going to use these URL, the tagged URL with the UTM tags, when we run a campaign in meta ads. Therefore, when somebody clicks and lands on our website, the system will go under session source / medium, and it will record an entry called Facebook / CPC or paid. And then it will take this traffic and then it will group it under the right channel. When Google Analytics doesn't know where to group the traffic, then this is when unassigned channel comes up. So it groups the traffic under unassigned. Essentially, Google Analytics is telling you, you know what, I cannot recognize the combination of source and medium, and therefore this traffic, I'm going to group it under unassigned. A couple of things to note. First of all, you cannot eliminate this entry. You cannot go back in time and completely, let's say, delete this entry or take any action to delete this entry, because whatever is recorded in Google Analytics, it is recorded. This is unfortunate. Nobody likes it. I don't like it, but it is what it is. What you can do is you can start correcting everything from today and onwards. So from today onwards, you can start applying UTM tags. You can label everything correctly, and therefore you can group the traffic in a way that you want it to be grouped. Now, a very important question that comes up very often: what is included under unassigned traffic? You can come here to your traffic acquisition report. You can go and change the dimension to session source medium. You can scroll up and you can click on add a filter. And here you can add a filter based on the session default channel group. And we can say that we want to see only the sessions source medium that exactly match unassigned. So we're going to select unassigned and we're going to apply. So now we have a list of entries, session source / medium, that are grouped under unassigned. So we can see what goes under unassigned traffic from basically this report. Again, you go to session source / medium, you apply a filter based on unassigned traffic. And now you can see what is included under unassigned traffic. So here we have a bunch of maybe, let's say, traffic that comes from AI tools, but the medium here is not set, or the medium here is something, let's say, that Google Analytics cannot understand, and therefore this traffic goes under unassigned. Now, keep in mind that it is very hard to completely eliminate unassigned traffic, because sometimes we have tracking inefficiencies, we have traffic that is not set, so you can't really get this to zero. It's very unlikely that you are going to get this to zero, but you can minimize it. You can minimize it by a lot. And also there is a way to create your own channels, because some of you may say, okay, I get it, I get the logic, I get how Google Analytics is grouping the traffic, but you know what, I want to have different channel grouping, and I have different channels. Maybe I want to group all the traffic that comes from AI tools. Maybe I want to group traffic that comes from QR codes. There is a way to do that. I have a video exactly on how to group your AI traffic, and I have another video on how to create custom channels in Google Analytics that I'm going to give you the links in the end of this video. So you can actually follow these videos and you can create your own channels. That's it for today. So a quick recap: unassigned traffic exists because Google Analytics cannot recognize the combination of source / medium. How can you find what combinations Google Analytics recognizes? You can go to this link here, channels for manual traffic, and you can see exactly what are the combinations that Google Analytics recognizes. You cannot reverse unassigned traffic. Whatever is recorded is recorded. You can apply a filter here. You can go to session source / medium, and you can see what is currently grouped under unassigned traffic. And moving forward, you can do two things. Number one, you can apply UTM tags correctly. Number two, you can create your own channel grouping here, your own logic. And by doing these two things, you are going to eliminate or completely, let's say, minimize unassigned traffic. That's it for today. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. If you want to work with me, there are links in the video description. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day in any time zone. Bye, everyone.